Yesterday I got a phone call, a very unexpected phone call, and this fall just got interesting. Get it? You're a retriever. Rosa, retrieve. You're gonna bark at it? Go get it. Oh, okay. Good job. You're a disgrace to your breed. I am having a weird week. It's currently Wednesday. It's just after 12:30. I just finished teaching for the day. I am so grateful that I have this camp this week. I was already looking forward to it, but now I am extra glad I have this camp because when I'm teaching, I am not thinking about anything else. Everything goes away for the 3.5 hours that I'm in this course. And my students this week are awesome, as I knew they would be. They're making great progress in their stories. We're having great talks. It's been a blast. But I'm back in my weird mood. And I thought about not talking about this, but I don't really feel like putting on a fake cheerful persona, and I kind of think it would be obvious if I were doing that. The reason I kind of hesitate though to talk about it is because I can't fully talk about it yet. I'm being cryptic, I'm sorry. Yesterday I got a phone call, a very unexpected phone call, and I want to start right off by saying this is like completely work professional related. This is not a personal thing. This is not a bad thing. I know my mom is watching this. Mom, everything's fine. I got some news, like big news. It is not bad news. It is not good news. It is news that means change. And I got off the phone at 8:57 and got onto Zoom and immediately began teaching. So I didn't even really get a chance to start processing it until yesterday afternoon, and the whole day, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, by the time it was time to go to bed, I had kind of sunk, not into like, I wasn't depressed or anything at all, but just kind of feeling melancholy and a little anxious. Okay, again, I apologize for the crypticness. I will say this, I vlogged everything in full detail that happened yesterday because at some point I will be able to share all of this in the near future, and I'm gonna. So this, I will tell you what I'm talking about later down the road. There is going to be a big change coming for me in my writing career, and could be potentially exciting. I'll put it that way. And I'm gonna vlog about it in full detail. I'm gonna have a lot to share with you guys. This fall just got interesting. So anyway, it's just kind of put me in a weird headspace. So this morning I woke up before my alarm. I really didn't want to, but I did, and I got up and took Rosa out, and I didn't end up working on nil. I did some class prep stuff instead. We had been talking in class yesterday a lot about scene transitions. They had questions about that, and I wanted to add more about that to my lesson today. So that's how I spent my morning. And I did, though, right before class started, I had this little idea for nil. So I opened it up my email and emailed it to myself, and I'm gonna look at it this afternoon. But yeah, the headspace I'm in is making it kind of a challenge for me to work on nil right now. That's not gonna last. I mean, this is, again, I want to emphasize this is not bad news. Nothing bad happened. It's just different. So I don't know, it just kind of threw me for a loop a little bit. And I'm not sure how much I'm gonna get done this afternoon or really this week because the class is keeping me busy, and I have, even after it ends, I have some prep work to do for the next day and stuff like that. So I don't know, where am I going with this? Writing while in a weird headspace. How do you do it? Do you do it? Do you just blow your book off? I really don't want to blow my book off. I up until yesterday, I was doing a great job of keeping up with it, and Camp Nino has been going really well, and I don't want to lose that momentum. So, whew, okay. That said, I'm going to kind of try to do a mental reset here. I'm going to take Rosa on a really long walk, even though it is probably pretty dang hot outside, because I think I just need to move and think and listen to a podcast or an audiobook or something to kind of distract me. And then I'll come back here and we will try to get a little work done on Nil. So, full disclosure, I spent yesterday afternoon laying in bed watching YouTube, and not even like watching with purpose, but I just clicked on the first video I saw, and then whatever YouTube recommended next, I would just let it play. Sometimes we just have afternoons like that. So yeah, I did not work on Nil yesterday in the sense that I did not open any documents and actually type anything. I did think about it, and you know, I've said this before, thinking about your book, sometimes you're just in a place where that's what you need to do, turn things over, and that is work. So I did work on it in that sense, and I actually had like a pretty big revelation to myself. Oh man, wake up, Michelle. A pretty big revelation about Nil as a person. A lot, like something that had been missing from her backstory kind of clicked into place for me, and I was like, oh, and I learned something about her. And I mentioned the B story characters that I'm excited about for when I get into the fun and games section, and I started to vividly see a few more of them as well. I totally made the mistake of not taking any notes on that. Never do that. Always write down things when you have good ideas, because they will flit away sometimes. I'm still just feeling super excited about this story. I'm just in a little bit of a funk this week, and also when I'm teaching every morning, I am just like 100% of my mind is there. So I'm not, which is a good thing. I'm not thinking about the stuff that's on my mind that's kind of bugging me. I'm not thinking about my book. It's all gone. It's just the lessons I'm teaching and my student stories, which has been really great. But I won't lie, like my teacher chops, guys. I used to teach high school marching band in Texas, which, you know, I was leaving my house when it was dark out and getting home when it was dark out. I had the longest teaching days and I loved it. And I don't know, I mean, maybe part of it is because I was in my 20s, but I don't know how I did it, because now I'm just like wiped out after a 3.5-hour class. That's pretty sad. A 3.5-hour class, by the way, that I am teaching from the comfort of my own desk. But anyway, so yeah, low energy in the afternoons the last couple days, but it's fine. I'm in the middle of class right now. I just gave them a writing assignment. We're doing one of my favorite writing games, which is basically I gave them a really long list of complex emotions, and they have to secretly pick an emotion and then write a scene where the character is feeling that emotion, but you can't use the word or any synonyms. And then when they come back, we're all going to share the stories and try to guess which emotion each character is feeling. I love this game. It's like one of my all-time favorites. So class is going great. I'm really sad, honestly, that it's ending tomorrow. I think I really needed to have this selfishly for me this week. It's just so inspiring. I always just feel so much more motivated to write, and just about writing fiction in general when I teach one of these kinds of workshops. It's so fun. So I'm hoping that this afternoon is going to be a little better. I'm not gonna sit in bed and watch whatever YouTube recommends to me. But I'm probably not going to be able to vlog very much of it, because I also have to get this video edited and uploaded so that it can go up tomorrow morning. So where things stand with Nil right now is when I was working on it over the weekend, like as I was vlogging last time for last Tuesday's vlog, and I was kind of like zero drafting or whatever you want to call it, the first couple of scenes, I was already starting to see some plot stuff that I wanted to change a little bit, and I was already starting to adjust beats. So I definitely think that was like confirmation to me that, at least for right now, this whole plot an act, write the act, plot the next act, write the act is the best way forward for me, because I don't want to waste my time trying to plot the entire book if once I start writing it, I'm immediately going to see fun little changes that I want to make. And another thing that I think I'm going to do is open all of those old versions of Warps again, and just like read through certain scenes where I'm in the same setting, or I'm like, you know, parts that I'm stealing for this book, and reread them and see if that inspires anything, if there's anything I'm forgetting. This world does feel very lived into me. Like I said, I wrote 2 different books, but each of those books has like 2 or 3 different versions, like complete rewrites where I added more, and I don't know. I've had this world going for a decade, so it feels very real to me, and I want to make sure I'm like bringing all of that into this story as much as I can. So yeah, that's my plan for this afternoon. If I could, I actually just kind of want to go back to the prologue, which I said I have like more of a sketch of than an actual real version of, and I want to see if I can write this very short scene to be like, and find the voice and really find the style. I want to end up with a prologue that I would actually show somebody, you know, because I don't have anything like that so far. That's just kind of what I'm in the mood to do, and I'm just going to follow my mood at this point, because this has just been a weird week. So that's likely going to be it for this vlog. Please let me know how your camp stuff and writing stuff is going, and how do you handle it when you get a little curveball thrown at you, and nothing super bad, again, like I said, just how do you deal with it when you get in a little bit of a weird headspace, but you're still excited about your story and you still want to write? Is writing like an escape for you when you're in a funky mood, or does it affect your writing and make it harder for you to do? Let me know in the comments. But anyway, I will see you guys on Tuesday with another vlog, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye. You're gonna bark at it? Go get it. It's right there.